votes remaining uncounted and many key states still not projected.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Hello! So we are headed to Connecticut, and I'm not sure if we're gonna do a vlog, but I thought I would bust out the camera and just start recording. Why not? We're listening to the news because currently we don't know who our next president is going to be. So we're gonna try to relax this weekend. Still driving.
But you know, there's another number that is
Should we go to the Stop and Shop and get like water or something?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe we should get a gallon of water. I think that's the move. That's the move.
That's a move?
That's a move.
Cynthia, leading up to the election,
Smart thing to do. Get a gallon of water. Don't know if there's water in this Airbnb.
Prevention is better than having it to cure.
Exactly. So we're gonna go and do that after we get some Starbucks.
Support your stock portfolio.
And I have a video to edit and I'm not finished. So it's gonna be one of those Airbnb nights. But, okay, so now we're on this very interesting drive to the Airbnb. I mean, we went to go get food first. Look how dark it is. Oh, high beams on. Brown thinks I'm taking him to
Salem witch trial. She's taking me to a pagan ritual or something. I'm gonna see the Sisters of Eastwick.
Oh, dear.
I see it. I gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful. Like, wish us luck. Okay, we just turned into the driveway. I don't even know if you can see that.
Yeah, absolutely gonna.
I can see where the headlights are. Like, okay, so this is our remote Airbnb. We wanted. We wanted a in the woods, secluded experience. We got one. All right. Well, we're gonna go inside the B&B and eat our dinner and edit tomorrow's video, or finish editing. It's like rushing to finish my homework. Ooh, look at this. How do you like our tiny apartment?
Yeah, I think it's nice.
He's not.
Wait,
he's not too big.
Where's the bed?
Where's the bed?
I'm joking.
Very let's see the detail over here. Look, detail. Oh, I was gonna say we should buy eggs. Hello. All right, we're gonna get situated, and then maybe you'll watch me edit. I don't know. This is me toasting the bread. Gonna make some eggs. This is such a cute kitchen to cook in. I almost don't want to touch anything. Look at these farm fresh eggs. Heating up the leftover poutine. It smells delicious. I needed my other hand, so it's already flipped. You want me to bring it to you like Karen Neat? You have to cover up though. I don't want people seeing my man's goods.
Good morning.
Good morning. And there you go. Reheated poutine.
Short rib poutine, look at that.
Still sizzling. You hear that? My baby making fresh coffee. Alright. So we almost forgot to whip out the camera again. We are currently in Putnam Park, and we actually came here to take a couple of shots for another video we're shooting about action cameras for your family vacations. People are looking at us kind of strange for the cameras.
Yeah, for all those people who kind of want to start a channel and you're like, oh, what if people are judging me? They're more curious than anything else and nobody cares.
Yeah.
There was actually a couple of people that tried to actively like be quiet and dodge us when they saw us filming, which was very polite of them.
And like, we usually don't do much like in public just because we don't also want to disturb others. So, I don't know. This is actually one of the few times we actually were like, you know what, we don't care. And we just did our thing. Yeah.
I actively do not really care anymore. And in this media attention world, it's like everybody's creating content, whether you realize it or not.
That's very true. So maybe we'll take a couple of pictures right here and then head to the car. Get some dinner. Dinner!
We hungry.
So we're back in the Airbnb. It's very pretty out right now. Sun's setting. Where are you? Hey. He's like, let me in. Let me in. How's your soup?
It's alright. I'll give it a C+ to a B-.
Like I was saying, so my mac and cheese needed a little bit. All the cheese was on top, and then the noodles on the bottom had like no cheese. So I mixed it up, put a little olive oil, salt and pepper. Now it's good. I would say like a C+. C. Yeah, not bad. I'm anticipating the sandwich. Sandwich. Come on, I got a cheesesteak. How's the cheesesteak?
Really good.
Really good? Mix up for the soup?
It does, yeah.
I think my sandwich does too. Well, for the mac and cheese. I think this was called the Firehouse. It's supposed to be hot, but I don't really taste any heat yet, but we'll see.
Welcome to our tiny home for the weekend. This is our couch and also our bed. You can actually use it in this setting as a twin bed, and it pulls out to a bit more than a queen. They say it's a queen, but I think it's a little bit larger than that. This is the entertainment system. It actually has a smart TV with Roku as well as cable TV. This is a door to the unknown, so we don't talk about it. Notice the decor. That's a shaker, a carafe, some wine glasses, a glass for your Cavassier, and a glass for champagne. They have flutes. This is our hutch. It doubles as our closet. It's got an ironing board, hangers, cubby spaces, vacuum, Swiffer duster, extra sheets and pillows. And I really think it makes the room pop. It also doesn't take you to Narnia, so you don't have to worry about that. Now to the kitchen. This is actually an eat-in kitchen, surprisingly enough. So we have our tiny Avanti fridge and our tiny Avanti oven. It works kind of like the one that we have at home. It's actually quite lovely. It comes with this lovely dish rack, enough dishes and cups to help for the weekend, as well as a bread box on top of the microwave. You may also notice that we have the magnet knife rack. A lovely accent to any home. 2 French presses. This is for individuals, this is for groups, and it comes with a coffee grinder as well. Little espresso cups in case you need to pick up in the morning. Now, as far as the table goes, it has these lovely red chairs, and it's got fresh fruit. These are not wax. This is fresh fruit, and you can have a nice candlelit dinner. This is also the writing nook. As you can see, you can lounge up right here and look out to the wilderness and write the tale of your life. It's actually very comfortable, and it's a very lovely view of the wonderful nature that's outside. Which brings us to the what do you say? How do you say that? The pièce de résistance, that's what I'm saying. Okay. This is the bathroom. Notice they have the TARDIS style shower. So when you go in, it's bigger on the inside. Okay. And it's got the Rainflower detachable shower head, which we love. Okay. And there's actually enough room for you to swirl in here and stretch out. So there is that. I'd also like to point out that this room has a lot of natural light. But if natural light is not your jam, then right over here by the hutch, we also have dimmer switches for virtually every room in this location. And I feel like that makes a wonderful accent, especially if you just need low lights for the end of the evening. And that's a room tour. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next week on The City and Beyond.
And now it's time to head over to lunch.
I'm ready to go.
To chow down. And somehow we ended up at another trail.
Towards the lake, but in a different route.
What? What? Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my butt's about to go back to the car. Kamal just headed into the Reading Beer Company to grab some beers to go, and then we're headed home. Maybe we'll get a sneak peek of what Kamal got. Let's see. Hey, Kamal's back. Look what he got.
I got the alt beer, the alt German beer. They had me sample it first. It's really good. So if you're ever in Reading, this is where you need to go. Hashtag not sponsored, but damn well wish I was. So, we had a great time in Reading. I'm not sure how much we actually showed you because we kind of were sporadically making the trip. However, this was a weekend getaway, so mission accomplished for us.
Well, that's not fully true. We were actually aiming to do this other video, which hopefully is out already, about GoPro and E-Light and what action cams to use for your family vacations. Plug in. But it doubles as a nice weekend getaway. Hopefully. There was a lot of election stuff, so it was kind of crazy anyway. But it was nice to be secluded while all that was going on. We got to digest the information ourselves.
Yeah, in solitude.
Yeah. So, I guess that's it for Reading. We would definitely come back.
Absolutely.
I feel like we always say that about a place, but this is definitely an area that's right up our alley.
Absolutely.
You saw all the fall foliage that's going on here. This is probably, I don't know, like probably one of the best times to come here.
I would agree with that.
Again, we haven't we haven't visited here before, so
this was a new
but it was a great experience to be here during autumn. So beautiful. Our Airbnb was amazing, our host was amazing.
If you're from our area and you're used to things closing later, this area is great because there's not a lot of street lights, so it gets dark really early in the fall. So you kind of want to wrap up everything before you go back to this almost wilderness setting in a couple of places.
That's true.
So it kind of motivates you, like, okay, it's close to 5. Let's get all business done and head back to where we were. Because where we were staying in our B&B, when we were on our way to it the first time, it was the middle of the night and it looked like Sleepy Hollow. And then this morning we were going through and I was like, this is a fall like photo shoot area. It was pristine,
And we're gonna leave you here. Like us because you like us, and please subscribe because we are still on our way, at the time of this video anyway, to our first 1,000 subscribers. So any help is much appreciated, and
we'll see you next week.
Bye.